The year is 1789. We're in France. The air is thick with anticipation and uncertainty. The streets are alive with the murmurs of change, and the people can feel that something monumental is on the horizon. Things are about to change in a big way. The old order, with its rigid class structures and oppressive monarchy, is teetering on the brink of collapse. The common people, long oppressed and burdened by heavy taxes, are beginning to rise up. The old ways are about to be swept away. The stark contrast between the opulent lives of the aristocracy and the harsh realities faced by the peasants is becoming unbearable. The cries for liberty, equality and fraternity are growing louder. The French Revolution is about to start, a huge event that will shake Europe and inspire people for years to come. It will challenge the very foundations of society and ignite a wave of revolutionary fervor across the continent. Imagine a world on the edge of transformation. The streets are filled with a mix of fear and hope. People gather in secret meetings, discussing radical ideas and dreaming of a future where they are no longer oppressed. You can feel the excitement, the whispers of unhappiness, and the dreams of a better future. The market squares and taverns are abuzz with talk of revolution. The people are ready to take their destiny into their own hands. This is the world of the late 1700s, a world where the seeds of revolution are being planted. In the countryside, peasants toil under the weight of feudal obligations. But even here, the winds of change are blowing. This is a story of change, of big upheaval, of the fight for freedom and equality. The revolution will be marked by fierce battles, both on the streets and in the hearts of the people. It is a struggle for a new order, a new way of life. It's a story that still matters today, hundreds of years after the fighting stopped and the dust settled on a new France. The ideals born from this time continue to influence modern societies, reminding us of the enduring power of the human spirit to seek justice and equality. France in the late 1700s is a land of opposites. It's a country where the beauty of the countryside and the charm of quaint villages hide a deeper, more troubling reality. On the one hand, it's a place of elegance and fancy things, with glittering palaces and powerful kings. The Palace of Versailles stands as a symbol of this opulence, with its grand halls and luxurious rooms filled with the finest art and decor. But underneath all the fancy stuff, there's a society divided by unfairness. The common people, who make up the majority of the population, live in stark contrast to the wealthy elite. They toil in the fields and struggle to make ends meet in crowded, bustling market streets. France is ruled by a king, Louis XVI, whose word is law. His power is total. He lives in unimaginable luxury, far removed from the daily struggles of his subjects. But Louis XVI is a weak king, not ready to handle the growing problems in his kingdom. His indecisiveness and lack of strong leadership only add to the mounting tensions. The French people are split into three groups known as the estates. Each estate has its own distinct role and status in society. The first estate, the clergy, is very rich and powerful. They own vast amounts of land and enjoy numerous privileges, often living in grand cathedrals and luxurious settings. The second estate, the nobles, are also very powerful. They don't pay most taxes and have important jobs in the government and army. Their influence extends into every corner of French political and social life. All the taxes fall on the third estate, the common people of France. They bear the brunt of the financial burden, working tirelessly to support the lavish lifestyles of the clergy and nobility. This growing inequality and the heavy tax burden are the seeds of discontent that will soon lead to a revolution. All over Europe, new ideas are spreading. The Enlightenment. Thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau and Montesquieu are challenging the old ways. They question the idea that kings get their power from God. They demand freedom, equality, and a government that listens to its people. Voltaire, with his clever words, shows how fake and corrupt the French court is. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who believes in individual freedom, argues that government should be based on what the people want. These new ideas spread to France. The people, tired of being poor and treated unfairly, start to dream of a better life. The stage is set for revolution. In 1789, King Louis XVI is in big financial trouble. He has to call a meeting of the Estates General, a group representing all three estates. He wants to raise taxes, but the Third Estate has other plans. For weeks, the Estates General can't agree on anything. The Third Estate, inspired by the Enlightenment, wants more power. They argue that each person, not each estate, should have an equal vote. Frustrated, the Third Estate does something bold. They declare themselves the National Assembly, the true representatives of the French people. This is a huge turning point. The old ways are over. The French Revolution has begun. Section 7. A King's Fate and the Reign of Terror. The French Revolution gets more radical. The monarchy is abolished. The streets of Paris are filled with the fervor of change as citizens rally together, tearing down symbols of the old regime. The air is thick with the promise of a new era, one where the people hold the power. Louis XVI is put on trial for treason. The courtroom is tense, filled with the echoes of passionate speeches and the weight of history. The king, once untouchable, now stands vulnerable before the Revolutionary Tribunal, a stark reminder of the shifting tides of power. On January 21, 1793, the king is executed, a powerful symbol of the revolution's desire to leave the past behind. The guillotine, a grim instrument of justice, falls swiftly, marking the end of an era. The crowd watches in a mix of awe and horror, knowing that this act signifies a point of no return. France is now a republic, but it's not over. The streets are alive with celebration, but beneath the surface, tensions simmer. The new republic faces immense challenges, both from within and from neighboring monarchies that view the revolution with fear and hostility. France is at war with its neighbors, and fighting within the country threatens to tear it apart. The revolutionary government struggles to maintain control as internal factions vie for power and external enemies seek to crush the fledgling republic. The nation is engulfed in a storm of conflict and uncertainty. In 1793, the Reign of Terror begins, a time of violence and fear. Streets that once echoed with revolutionary songs now run red with blood. The atmosphere is charged with paranoia as neighbors turn against each other, and the shadow of the guillotine looms large over daily life. Led by Maximilien Robespierre and the Committee of Public Safety, the terror kills thousands of people suspected of being against the revolution. The committee wields immense power, and Robespierre, once a champion of liberty, becomes synonymous with the ruthless pursuit of revolutionary ideals. The list of the executed grows longer each day, a testament to the era's brutal justice. The guillotine, a scary symbol of revolutionary justice, is everywhere in Paris. It stands as a constant reminder of the revolution's unforgiving nature, casting a long shadow over the city. The people of Paris live in a state of perpetual fear, knowing that anyone could be next under the blade. Section 8. From Chaos to Stability, the Rise of Napoleon. The Reign of Terror ends when Robespierre is overthrown in 1794. France, tired of the upheaval, wants stability. A new leader appears, a brilliant young general who will change France and Europe, Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon, a great strategist and inspiring leader, quickly rises in the French army. In 1799, he takes power in a coup, ending the French Revolution. Napoleon makes himself Emperor of the French and starts many military campaigns that change the map of Europe. While Napoleon's rule is strict, it also brings some stability and order to France. Section 9. A Legacy of Liberty. The French Revolution, even though it ends in dictatorship, changes history forever. It's a key moment in human progress, showing the power of ideas like liberty, equality, and fraternity. The revolution inspires many others to fight for their own freedom, from the Americas to Europe. It destroys the old ways, challenges the idea that kings get their power from God, and helps democracy grow. The French Revolution shows us that change is possible, that even the strongest powers can be challenged and defeated. It's a story that still inspires us today, reminding us that the fight for freedom and equality is a fight worth fighting.